Welcome to r/Entitled People, where we share stories from your lives about people who think the rules don't apply to them and they should get what they want. Thank you, friends, for subscribing to the channel and for so many likes. And today we have 3 great stories, so subscribe, hit the like button, and let's begin. The first story, entitled Rewards Member Demands Unrealistic Upgrades, a clash at the hotel front desk. The second story, Nerd Tavern Chronicles, epic encounters with entitled customers. The third story, Surviving the Idiot Boss, how I outplayed and triumphed over an unqualified tyrant. The first story is, I'm a rewards member. Kick out someone already checked in to accommodate me. At the brand name hotel I work at, we have rewards members. We try to avoid putting them in least desirable rooms, handicap or next to elevators or on the first floor, unless they specifically ask for it. Sometimes, due to availability, we just can't accommodate every one of their requests. One day in Dallas, it was just incredibly busy. Lots of concerts going on, lots of businessmen, and lots of sports groups in town for events. Grade school sports tournaments from all over Texas and out of state. So all of the Dallas Metroplex was sold out, unless you drove an hour out in all directions of Dallas. To give you an idea of how busy it was that night, one of the fanciest hotels downtown sold their last room for a little over $5,000 within 10 minutes. We had about 3 rooms left. They went quickly. One of the last people to get one of the rooms was a higher tier rewards member. Not the highest tier, but still one of the higher levels. Everyone was checked in except for 2 rooms. Both were first floor handicap rooms. The guy checks in and immediately asks for an upgrade to a suite. He just looks like he'll be a handful. So I explained to him, I'm sorry, but I do not have any suites available. Because of our high occupancy, the only rooms we have left are handicap accessible and on the first floor. Him, no, I don't want to be on the first floor. Me, I'm sorry, sir, but that's the only thing available at this time. Him, he gives up and takes his keys. 10 minutes later, he storms up and starts yelling at me, that's a handicap room. Me, yes, I informed you that we only had first floor and handicapped rooms available. Him, I don't care. You never put a higher tier member on the first floor. I have in my reservation request that I want a high floor. Me, sir, there are no special requests on your reservation, and even if there was, we cannot honor it tonight due to there being only 2 rooms left. Him, well, you better kick someone out. I don't care if they're already checked in. You call them up and tell them to leave. Me, sir, I'm not going to do that. Him, yes you will. I am a rewards member. Me, sir, I understand that you want a higher floor room, but unfortunately it isn't available. We aren't required to honor requests. We try our hardest to do so, but sometimes it just isn't available. Him, well then you walk me to another property. Me, I'm not gonna walk you because Him, why not? Me, because we have a room for you here. If we didn't have any rooms left, I could walk you. I can cancel your reservation without a charge if you find another property that better accommodates you and has room for you though. Me, I'm not gonna call, you will call. I wanna be by the airport. I like other hotel part of our chain. Call them up. So to humor him, I call up the hotel and ask for availability. They immediately said no, so I tell the guy. Him, you tell them to bump someone then. Kick someone out even if they're checked in. Me, sir, I'm not gonna do that. Even if I told them to do that, they will not do it. They will not kick someone out that's already checked in. They will not cancel someone's reservation if they're sold out. From what I'm seeing, the only available hotels will be in Denton, which will be 45 minutes away. Him, no. I'm not staying in a handicapped room. You never give a rewards member a first floor handicap room ever. Me, sir, you need to calm down or I cannot assist you. Him, no, I will not calm down until you give me a room that I want. He then throws his keys over the ledge at the FD, and they fall to the floor. Me, sir, I'm giving you 2 options. You can stay here for the night. I'll even give you a coupon for free breakfast in the morning, as well as put you down for a free alcoholic beverage of your choice for the inconvenience you're having. Otherwise, you can make a reservation at another hotel, and I will cancel yours here without a charge. Hands him his keys back with the biggest don't even look on my face. He continues barking and cursing at me, calling me and my coworker very rude names, demanding that I kick someone out or tell another hotel to kick someone out. He refuses to leave the front desk until I find him a better room. I then had enough and interrupted him and said, sir, at this time I can no longer assist you until you calm down. I've given you your options. So if you do not want to travel an hour away to the nearest available hotel, you'll need to go to your room right now. If you do not calm down and stop being disrespectful to me and my coworker, I will call the police to escort you out of this hotel. I do not care if you are a rewards member. You will not be disrespectful to us. So what would you like? Your room for the night or a cancellation reservation? He then starts to threaten to call customer care, and I immediately pick up the phone and dialing random numbers to show I was not playing around. He stormed off angrily, and I didn't hear a peep out of him for the rest of the night. The second story is Tales from Your Local Nerd Tavern. So I, 28 female, work at a small locally owned Dungeons & Dragons themed bar, and figured you guys would enjoy these few interactions with people who decided to come check us out today. A bit of context. My boss is great and I love her. She hasn't worked the industry and hired a small group of us when she opened to help teach her more than what the movies show in a running restaurant. This led to us all gaining the ability to deal with Karens, as if every day was purge day. Thanks, TikTok, and she backs us up if it's truly Karen behavior. So no more missed opportunities of what we wish we could have said to rude customers. And the rest of the customers love it, since most of them have been in the industry. We also have a dress code of food safe, and that's it. This is important for one guest today. Scene 1. 10 a.m. just opened. We're in the middle of a shopping center, so some people stop by to check us out while waiting for other places. A lady comes in while waiting for her appointment in another shop. Right off the bat, she's very hoity-toity. Even has the whole Mean Girls walk with oversized sunglasses in hand. She comes straight up to me at the bar. We'll call her MG for this. MG, do you even sell wine here? Me, we don't have very many, but I have a couple. MG, what do you have? Well, someone's in a hurry this morning. Excuse you? You cut me off, so you must be in a hurry. I have a house red and a house white. Do you have this specific 30 bottle of Pinot Grigio? Nope. What kind of bar are you if you don't have a nerd bar? I smiled, watching her face turn slightly red when I cut her off in return. She then proceeded to throw the usual, "This is terrible customer service, and I'm never coming here again" nonsense as I just stood back and waved as she left. Scene 2. A little before noon, we had a couple groups in by now, all drinking and playing some form of TTRPG, tabletop role-playing games. An older guy comes in with a small child tagging along behind him. The small child is fine. They were very entranced by all the cool decorations like any kid would be. We don't mind having kids in the bar, so long as they're behaved and their parents understand this is a bar. Our other guests come here to escape normal life and nerd out with friends. We aren't going to ask anyone to stop cursing if it's all in good fun just because someone brought in a child. The two sit down at a table, and as I'm coming over with some waters and menus for them, the adult stands up and starts heading for the door. I stop and ask if everything is okay. He turns to me and says this place isn't worth his time if we don't offer kids meals. We have menus posted on the door and QR codes at the tables. We also have paper ones as I was bringing them a copy just in case. Whatever, dude. There's a McD's not far from here. Have fun, I guess, but what person expects kids meals at a bar? We don't advertise family-friendly anywhere. Final scene for the day. A little after 4 p.m. We've got several groups from earlier still chilling and having fun, and a few more have come to hang out. Now remember I said earlier our dress code? Reason being I wore a t-shirt with a naked anime girl on it and shorts that show off my hentai leg piece. Judge somewhere else I love it, and my artist wanted to do a big naked chick piece, so I volunteered. It's not even finished yet anyway. It's just line work, so unless you're studying it, you don't notice much, especially with how much I move around. Enter Karen. She had the hair, the walk, the purse, everything. I mean, straight out of the meme, full-blown Karen. She sits at a table and just looks uncomfortable. She has to be around people. I come over with some water and a menu to say hi, and she hits me with this. Karen, where are we? Me, genuinely confused. Bar name? And I go on my spiel explaining the place. K. Oh, well, I'm just a bit confused. I thought this was city. I didn't realize we were on street name infamous in the States for sexual acts. Me. I'm sorry? I don't understand. I had forgotten what shirt I wore at this point. Well, with what you're wearing, I'm surprised you didn't ID me when I came in the door. I raised my eyebrow at her. And I mean, girls like you shouldn't be wearing disgusting things like that. And your mother must be so disappointed in you for putting that filth on your body permanently. If you were my child, I would have disowned you. So, when was the last time you got to see your grandkids? Excuse you? Well, I mean, if you're this much of a bee to someone you just met, I can only hope your kids went no contact with you a while ago. And I'm betting that's where a good bit of your hatreds for seeing others happy comes from. You should see a therapist. Who do you think you are? I want to talk to your manager. I'm gonna have you fired. I laughed and pulled the spin everyone wants to since I'm in fact the bar manager, which only peeved her off more and made me laugh more. She left screaming that she'd have my job and that I should be ashamed I'm going to burn in hell, yada yada. The groups that had been there all day ordered me a couple rounds with them for pulling that one off. I'm still waiting on a Yelp review though. The third story is, my idiot new boss is trying to get me fired. Had a boss who came in and her resume looked like mine after my internship 15 years prior. She was older than me and wholly unqualified. Began trying to take out everyone that did know what they were doing, more qualified and smarter. This is a professional marketing officer of a moderate-sized healthcare facility. We served most poor people, so we lost money by the truckload. My area is saturated by healthcare and major systems with multiple billions and many facilities. Ask me why I do all these other things when my title is X. I say because it's been added to my job over the last 10 years. I'm the only one that does them. She reiterates that my title is X. I said yes, but my job description lays out these other responsibilities. If she'd like to change that, great, but that's what I'm evaluated on. So she decides to try and get rid of me. Long story short, the marketing goals she assigned with 30 days as the time frame was to essentially hit metrics that would triple our current measures, and thereby also outpace 3 major hospital systems with billions in budget and dozens of staff, all in 30 days. Oh, and that from this point forward, this was my only job and focus. Nothing else but my title. Okie dokie. I effing hit it through some any means necessary tactics and a sole focus of basically 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. She calls me in, says, well, you didn't hit the numbers. This is showing me you're not the best for this position. I slide the metrics across the desk and ask her what the hell she's talking about. She then proceeds to tell me the job description lays out multiple responsibilities that I've completely neglected for a month. I remind her she stated my title was only my focus. She denies it and tells me she needs to speak with HR. She comes back a couple weeks later with a first and last warning document. I refuse to sign. My annual review comes a couple weeks after that. She hits me for the first time in my 10 years of exceeding expectations with does not meet, and that's about all she says and tries to get me out of the office. Tells me I have 30 days to basically change the world with even higher goals, plus super unmeetable goals on the other jobs I do, and she told me to ignore. I refuse to sign and appeal my reviews as per HR's rule. I submit a 12-page line-by-line appeal with dates, times, emails, documentation, etc. Purely a stall tactic. I had a friend I side that told me an appeal will buy me 3 to 6 months to get out, as they'll require her to respond to everything I sent, plus regular documented follow-ups with me to show a minimum of 90 days of not meeting expectations. They also limit her to not creating any new expectations, could only be what's stated in my job description. She never holds a single one-on-one with me like she's required. Refuses to send me email or IMs, tries to do everything verbally. When she does, I ask her to step out of my office and into our main bullpen, so everyone can witness what she's asking. Peeved her off so much she actually moved out of our office suite, and down next to the CEO, because, well, I think she was sleeping with him. I play the Barry Hooray in paperwork for every word she says to me, and about 6 months later I resigned for a new job. Place quickly imploded, and within 30 days of my leaving, she had posted for six full-time positions to replace all the things I did as part of my job description. That was 5 years ago. Never happier, never more respected, appreciated, and well-paid in my life. She still runs an SH show she thinks is some amazing operation, but is the absolute laughingstock throughout the city. No one likes her, and everyone I've met that's dealt with her in the community has described her as everything from the most egotistical, domineering person they've met to my favorite descriptor, the dumbest person I've ever met who thinks the sun rises out of her A. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.